Welcome! This episode shows how my wife and I selected and worked with our Granite company to prepare our bathroom and vanity areas for their upcoming granite installation. This is the first episode in my two-part series on upgrading to granite in a bathroom. In this episode, I'll cover our original bathroom and why my wife and I upgraded it to granite, how we selected our granite company. I'll discuss our contract with the company and the granite installation schedule we developed. I'll cover my preparation under the tub in the basement and my prep around the upstairs tub area. I'll show how our Granite technicians captured precision measurements of the tub and vanity areas, explain how my wife and I then inspected the company's proposed granite slab cutouts in their facility, and I'll finish up by showing my drywall repairs and a video tour of our granite bathtub and vanity. These were our original bathtub and vanity areas, covered with cultured marble that became stained and discolored over the years. Some areas suffered from cracks, scratches, and chips. Worst of all, my wife described them with this go-to phrase when she wants something new. Bottom line, it was time for a change in our bathroom. My wife and I talked to several neighbors and friends in our area who had granite upgrades in the last 3 or 4 years. There was one company who stood out with 5 or 6 great recommendations. We had planned to interview several companies. However, after we met with this company, looked through their showroom, and obtained their price and schedule, we went with them. As shown here, selecting your granite company is the most important step of this process. Installing granite is a permanent upgrade similar to the patio upgrade I covered in my earlier episodes. It's absolutely imperative that you pick a good contractor. During our first meeting with our granite company to discuss our contract, I observed that they knew what they were doing. They recommended a straightforward and easy to understand contract that clearly described the price and schedule. It also clearly defined our requirements as the customer, their requirements as the granite contractor, and their installation schedule. Per the upper 2 portions of these provisions, my wife and I selected our 2 granite slabs in their viewing area and picked out our edging and undermounted sinks. If scratched or damaged later, these sinks can easily be replaced. In addition to agreeing on the price, we agreed to pay 50% at contract signing and 50% when they completed the job. I strongly recommend that you never pay a contractor 100% of any work up front. If you do that, there's no motivation for the contractor to start work and complete the job in a timely and proper manner. As the customer, I also agreed to disconnect and remove the bathtub if necessary and remove the existing cultured marble surrounding the bathtub. Like me, the Granite company had no idea what was underneath the cultured marble and how it was installed. In addition, I had to do this because they could not take their precision laser measurements with the cultured marble in place. Please note, if you have a simpler tub installation, you may not have to do all the prep work that I did. Or, your contractor may be willing to do it for a fair price. Lastly, they agreed to complete the installation in 1 day and remove all debris. As shown here, the tub appeared to be installed on top of the cultured marble. My close-up inspections of the edges around the tub also convinced me that the tub sat on top of this imitation marble. So I started removing the tub and marble in prep for the Granite company's laser measurement session that we had scheduled. 3 or 4 years prior to this, I changed the tub's faucet, so I prepared to shut off the water, disconnect the faucet and drain, and then remove the tub. Lucky for us, my basement shop, which has an open ceiling, is directly below our bathroom. Shown on the left are the bathtub faucet's hot and cold water lines and the bathroom heating and air conditioning duct. When I previously changed the bathtub faucet, I had to shut the water off in our house for about 3 hours. Knowing that the tub removal would require the water to be shut off for a few days, I soldered in these hot and cold water shutoff valves on the right. I then removed the ductwork and access panel on the right that I installed 3 years ago when I changed the faucet. As shown by the left and upper photos, this gave me direct access to the tub's faucet and drain lines. To be safe, I Gorilla taped the hot and cold valves to the off position. I then returned upstairs to the bathroom to start removing the cultured marble. As you can see, when I removed all of the marble, I saw that the bathtub was mounted directly to a 2x4 frame covered with plywood. This was a major surprise. In addition, I noted that the bottom of the bathtub was embedded in a mound of concrete. So I spoke to a good friend who owned a plumbing company in our area, and he explained that this is a common construction practice. Consequently, I opted not to disturb the tub. I then completed the tub preparation by adding these plywood panels, removing all glue remnants, and cleaning up the drywall dust and sawdust. Lastly, I completed my prep by reinstalling my basement access panel and heating and air conditioning duct. A few days later, the Granite Technicians arrived to capture their precision laser measurements. After setting up the laser tool in a fixed position, they made several measurements around the perimeter of the wall, similar to this one. They also recorded several measurements around the perimeter of the tub. When they finished their measurements, the tool developed this schematic plot of all the granite pieces on the screen. The upper measurements represent the granite pieces that will surround the tub area. The 3 pieces on the right are the tub stair steps, and the lower 3 pieces represent the vanity and its 2 backsplashes. Not shown are the precision measurements they transferred to their massive granite cutting machine for cutting our granite from the slabs that we selected earlier. Just prior to cutting our slabs, the granite company scheduled my wife and I in for a visit to show us how they're going to cut our pieces from the 2 slabs we selected. They oriented our individual tub and vanity pieces on our slabs as shown in these green tinted areas, which were free of defects. Shortly after my wife and I approved their recommended selections, they cut our granite as shown. I lastly prepared the tub area by making these drywall repairs and followed up with some paint so we wouldn't have to do any painting after the granite installation. My wife is an accomplished interior designer, so I assigned her the responsibility for adding the finishing touches to our bathroom. As you can see, she did a truly outstanding job. Earlier in the episode, I mentioned that the most important action in support of a granite upgrade is selecting the best granite installation company. As shown by the quality and professionalism of this work, our granite company is among the best. Please enjoy this video tour of their work and my wife's decorative touches. This concludes part 1 of my bathroom granite installation and upgrade series. At this time, I'm moving on to part 2, which will show you how to effectively manage your granite installation. You're more than welcome to follow. In addition, if you have a great project that you want to post on my YouTube channel, email me some pictures and a brief description of it. If it qualifies for the Let's Fix It Right standards to help others, I'll interview you over the phone as a guest do-it-yourselfer, produce a high-quality video, and post it on my Let's Fix It Right channel. For the year following this posting, I'll share 50% of the potential YouTube benefits with you. If you have any subject matter requests or recommendations, please contact me. All of this said, I recommend that you subscribe to my channel, follow my projects, and save a bundle of money doing it.